Alright, this is a review on the Riviere, Riviere, I got for $1.50 at Daiso. I wrote student numbers on them because I bought 30 of these, so this is actually the definitive review. No one could do a better review on the Riviere than I could, and I'll tell you why. I'll show you why. I actually have 30 of these pens. And the funny thing about these 30 pens is not all of them work anymore. Only about half of them survived, and you know, they're very temperamental. If I was to review this honestly, which I always do, this is for $1.50, probably the lesser of two choices. Now you could get lucky and maybe your pen will work, but you'll have to take very good care of that pen, because if you don't, it's very easy to damage the plastic nib on this pen. Very extremely easy to damage it. All you have to do is put the cap on incorrectly, and by forcing it on incorrectly you break the nib on the plastic tip. It has happened to several of my students. Okay, so if you want a little sample of the writing, I can do that. So this is the Daiso Riviere for $1.50 plus tax. Is already 160-ish, 165-ish. I bought 30, only 16 still work well. The others have been clogged or just need extra tune-up to work again. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to work on them. So this is what that looks like. If it works well. This is one of the pens that work well, and this is one of the undamaged ones, and if you know how to take care of your pens, it would be no problem. If you are careless with your pens, or if you want a high maintenance pen, then this is the pen to get. I'll tell you why. I'll show you how like there's so many of these, about 10 of them have broken tips. Like this one, I don't know if you can see that, but it's been cracked. This one's broken off, actually. This one's broken off. And these are students. Students, they don't know how to, you don't have time to ask them to be very careful when you put the lid on. This one's cracked, and it happens to not work. And you can see what I mean by the cracking. See that? The plastic nib is not supposed to look like that, but this one does. And so you could just break that off if you wanted to. See that? And the reason why that happens, see that? The reason why that plastic triangle breaks off is because if you jam, or if you put the pen in there just the wrong way, it ends up catching. And then by the metal catching, there's a little plastic insert there that it gets caught up on. When it gets caught up on that little plastic sleeve, it snaps off the tip. And that's what was happening with all my students. It still writes, I mean, it could still work, but that's not the point. Now it looks ugly. And, you know, it just doesn't feel like a fine instrument if you, let's see that, I just put it on wrong. It's just, you have to be very careful with these pens so that you don't damage the nib, but also they have a high failure rate and they require a lot of maintenance. So for $1.50, even then I don't recommend it, because you can buy really nicer pens online anyway. And so for $1.50, amazingly, this is a ripoff. I got this online in Amazon for $2.25. I had to buy the ink separately, but still, I got this for $4, and it's a porcelain pen made by Jinhao. So you can see the reviews on my page for those.